The great income mystery. Are you richer than you think? It's a question that quietly nags at us, whether we're scrolling through social media or glancing at our bank balance after payday. Most of us have a number in mind, a vague sense of where we stand, but how accurate is that feeling? Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the numbers, the perceptions, and the stories we tell ourselves about money. Tonight's big story, your bank account, but not just the numbers you see on the screen. We're talking about what those numbers mean, how they compare, and why they might not tell the whole story. Because when it comes to wealth, it's not just about dollars and cents, it's about context, comparison, and sometimes confusion. We're obsessed with money, how much we have, how much others have, and how we stack up. It's a constant background hum in our lives, shaping our choices, our conversations, and even our friendships. We talk about salaries in hushed tones. We wonder about our neighbors' mortgages, and we compare ourselves to people we barely know. Yet despite all this focus, we are spectacularly bad at knowing where we actually stand. Studies show that most people misjudge their own income rank, sometimes by a little, often by a lot. We think we're poorer or richer than we really are, and that confusion shapes our happiness, our stress, and our sense of fairness. It's like guessing our height with a broken ruler. The tools we use to measure ourselves, rumors, assumptions, and social media snapshots, are often wildly inaccurate. We see the highlight reels of other people's lives and forget about the behind-the-scenes struggles. Ever awkwardly discuss salaries with friends? It's one of those taboo topics that can instantly change the mood. We tiptoe around the numbers, afraid of judgment or envy, and sometimes we walk away feeling more confused than before. So we guess. We guess based on cars, vacations, and oat milk lattes. We look for clues in the brands people wear, the restaurants they visit, and the trips they post online. But these clues are often misleading. Luxury can be rented, and debt can hide behind a glamorous photo. But our detective work is usually wrong. We overestimate some people's wealth and underestimate others. We rarely see the full picture. Credit card bills, student loans, family help, or silent struggles. Our perception of income rank shapes everything: how we vote, who we resent, and even how we feel about ourselves. If we think we're falling behind, we might feel anxious or angry. If we think we're ahead, we might feel proud or guilty. Are we the underdog, the middle, or the elite? It depends on our distorted view of society. We often compare ourselves to the people just above us, not realizing that most people are also looking up, not down. We're living in an economic reality show with a confusing plot. The rules keep changing, the prizes aren't always clear, and the contestants, us, are often left guessing about who's really winning. Tonight we explore why you might be wrong about your wealth. We'll look at the numbers, the psychology, and the stories that shape our sense of financial reality. We'll dive into data, psychology, and paycheck lies. We'll see how our brains trick us, how averages can be misleading, and why the truth about money is often stranger than fiction. Discover why your friends seem richer, why social media warps our sense of normal, and why we misunderstand what average really means. The truth is, most people are closer to the middle than they think, but almost everyone feels like an outsider. So grab your wallet, or don't. It might be too stressful. But stick around, because understanding where you really stand could change how you see yourself, your friends, and your future. This is the truth about the social ladder. It's more complicated, more surprising, and maybe more hopeful than you think. How do we figure out where we stand? Every day, whether we realize it or not, we're constantly measuring ourselves against others. It's a quiet calculation, sometimes conscious, often subconscious, shaped by the people we see, the places we go, and the stories we hear. We look around at our friends, our colleagues, even strangers on the street, and wonder, am I doing better or worse? Am I ahead or falling behind? Enter the ladder of social status. This mental image is something we all carry, even if we never talk about it. It's a way to make sense of our place in the world, to organize the chaos of society into something we can understand. Imagine a ladder representing society, top rungs for the wealthy, bottom for the least. Each rung is a step up or down, a symbol of where we think we belong. The higher you climb, the more resources, respect, and opportunities you seem to have. The lower you are, the more invisible you might feel. Where would you place yourself? It's a direct way of asking how you perceive your status. This isn't just about money, it's about education, job security, even the neighborhood you live in. When you really think about it, your answer reveals not just your finances, but your hopes, your insecurities, and your sense of belonging. In the UK, £60,000 puts you in the top 10%. That's a number that surprises many people. It sounds comfortable but not extravagant. It's not the stuff of luxury yachts or penthouse apartments. For most, it means a decent life, but not one of excess. It's not a private jet. It's a two-bedroom flat with a messy roommate. It's splitting bills, saving for holidays, and maybe treating yourself to a nice dinner once in a while. The reality of being in the top is often far more ordinary than we imagine. In the US, $200,000 is top 10%. Doctor and lawyer money, not Bezos money. It's a comfortable suburban home, maybe a couple of nice cars, but it's not private islands or super yachts. The gap between the top 10% and the top 1% is a canyon, not a crack. The statistical line for being rich is lower than we imagine. Most of us picture rich as something unattainable, reserved for celebrities and tech moguls. But the numbers tell a different story. Many who feel average are, by the data, already near the top. We picture the top 1% as Scrooge McDuck, but it might be a successful dentist. It could be your neighbor, your boss, or the person you see at the coffee shop every morning. Wealth, as it turns out, often wears an ordinary face. When asked to place themselves on the ladder, people's answers vary wildly. Some underestimate their position, others overestimate. Our sense of status is shaped by who we compare ourselves to, our reference group. If your friends are all high earners, you might feel average, even if you're objectively well off. Many in the top 20% see themselves in the middle. They look up and see billionaires, not realizing how far they've already climbed. This misperception is common, and it shapes how we feel about our lives, our achievements, and our future. They fail to realize they're closer to the top than they think. The climb feels endless, but the view from their rung is already higher than most. Recognizing this can change how we see ourselves and how grateful we feel. It's a fundamental miscalculation, crumbling our perception of wealth. We chase an ever-moving target, never quite satisfied, always feeling like we're not enough. This misunderstanding can lead to stress, envy, and a constant sense of inadequacy. Our view of the ladder is distorted. We see it through a warped lens shaped by media, culture, and the people around us. To truly understand where we stand, we need to step back, look at the bigger picture, and realize that the ladder isn't as tall or as clear as we think. In the UK, earning £60,000 a year officially places you in the top 10% of earners. That sounds impressive, right? It's a figure that gets thrown around in headlines and government reports, and it's easy to imagine that life at this level must be comfortable, even luxurious. But the reality is far more complicated than a single number can capture. When you try to apply that number to your own life, it quickly becomes confusing. You might look at your payslip and wonder, if I'm in the top 10%, why doesn't it feel like it? The truth is, these statistics don't always match up with our lived experiences. Nobody actually lives in a national average. We all live in specific places, with their own unique costs and challenges. Your city, your neighborhood, even your street, can dramatically change what that salary means for you. For example, £60,000 might make you feel wealthy in Hull, where housing is affordable and expenses are lower. But in London, that same salary might barely cover your rent, let alone allow for savings or luxuries. The difference is staggering, and it's why so many people feel out of place when they hear these national figures. This regional distortion is a big reason why we're so bad at understanding where we stand. We compare ourselves to the people around us, not to some abstract national average. Take San Francisco, for example. A teacher earning $90,000 a year might seem well off on paper, but next to tech workers making several times that amount, they can feel almost poor. The local context completely changes the meaning of the number. So, even if the data says you're doing great, your day-to-day experience might still feel like a struggle. Bills, rent, and the cost of living can eat away at your sense of security, making it hard to feel successful. We naturally compare ourselves to the people we see every day, the neighbor with the new car, the colleague who just bought a house, not to someone living a completely different life, like a farmer in Nebraska or a banker in the city of London. And then there's the top 1%, Their wealth is so extreme, it's almost impossible for most of us to comprehend. Their lives are filled with privileges and opportunities that seem to exist in another universe. The gap between the 90th and 99th percentile isn't just big, it's vast. The difference in lifestyle, security, and opportunity is like a chasm, and most of us can't even see across it. We can see the ladder of success, but the top rungs are hidden in the clouds. No matter how high we climb, the very top always seems out of reach, shrouded in mystery and distance. In the end, we're all staring up at that ladder, wondering what it would be like to reach the top. But for most of us, the summit is so far away, it might as well be on the moon, visible, but utterly unattainable. If we're bad at guessing our income rank, where do we place ourselves? In the middle, whether a barista or a lawyer, most point to rungs 4, 5, or 6. We're drawn to being average like moths to a flame. 70% of Americans believe they are middle class. It's a cultural identity, not a financial descriptor. It means you work hard, pay bills, and aren't destitute or cartoonishly rich. For those on the lower end, admitting you're at the bottom feels like failure. For those higher up, admitting wealth feels arrogant. This creates the middle-class mirage. Almost everyone identifies with the same economic tribe. It complicates conversations about wealth distribution. We're all huddled in a fictional middle, pointing fingers at imaginary enemies. Why do wealthy people feel average? Let's talk about the Sears Tower. From the top, other tall buildings look tiny. Your sense of scale is shattered. Everything else seems low. This is what happens with income. In the top 10%, you're not looking down. You're looking across or up. You see the top 1% and feel insignificant. This is the Sears Tower problem. Someone making $400,000 feels middle class. They compare themselves to colleagues earning millions. Their reference point isn't the average person, it's the next rung. This loss of perspective is a feature of status perception. You're on a different ladder, in a penthouse, the rest can't see. Why do our worlds become insulated? It's homophily. Birds of a feather flock together. We befriend people similar to us in education, interests, and income. It's not a conspiracy, it's human nature. This creates an information bubble. If everyone you know earns similar amounts, that becomes your norm. You're the median of your social circle. This is reference bias. We judge ourselves against our immediate environment. Your social circle becomes your yardstick. This homophily effect fuels our delusion. We're stuck in our own Truman Show, with a reality that barely resembles the world. Now let's discuss the friendship paradox. Your friends, on average, have more friends than you. It's mathematically sound. Social superspreaders pull the average up. This paradox applies to income too. Your friends likely earn more than you. High earners have wider social networks, raising the average. This creates a feeling of being behind. You see friends doing better and feel inadequate, but it's a structural illusion. The system of social comparison is rigged. Your friends might be richer, but you're richer than some of theirs. If perceptions weren't messy enough, people lie. They lie about height, books read, and income. When asked about salary, you get performance art. People at the lower end lie upwards, inflating their salary. It's a lie born of shame and aspiration. They want to appear more successful. People at the top lie downwards, minimizing their wealth. It's a lie born of social awkwardness. They want to remain relatable. The poor pretend to be richer. The rich pretend to be poorer. Conversations about money become useless. You're comparing reality to fiction. Where does that leave us? On a wobbly ladder in a fog. We're obsessed with a game impossible to win. Our attempts to place ourselves on the social ladder are doomed. We're surrounded by biased brains and financial fibs. Comparisons are misleading. Judging success by rank is like comparing health to marathon runners. The ladder is a flawed metaphor. Life isn't a ladder, it's a chaotic jungle gym. Measure life by the quality of your journey. Define success by how far you've come. You're on solid ground, not a ladder. Good night.